you doing there, folks? Baiters here with another Top 10. Today we're going to look at the Top 10 must-see mods in Fallout 4. Put it this way, if you don't see these mods years from now, maybe on like a Tuesday, you'll be all like, man, I wish I'd really seen those mods. Now, if you're playing on Xbox, be sure to keep your face goggles on the lookout for this bump sniffer, as that's an indicator that that mod featured is available on your console. Remember, if you like this video, to smash down on that like button. Pretend it owes you like $7 and half a pack of Hubba Bubba, and just go white girl crazy on its face. Now go ahead and moisturize a photo of Steven Seagal doing sit-ups, and let's get to average baiting, baby. What the fuck? At number 10, we've got the Famished by the Fried Turkey. The Famished is a brand new creature in Fallout 4. It's got a similar body type to that of a Deathclaw, except it's like way shorter. It's possible it's not even tall enough to ride the fun roller coaster at the county fair. It's also uglier than a bruised penis taped to a glass window. It's got the face only a mother could love if that mother only loved things that looked like they were birthed from a butthole. This thing's got some real unique characteristics, that's for sure. It's got pointy teeth that are way too far apart. I mean, 4 out of 5 dentists say this thing is ugly as fuck. It's got tiny little perverted eyes that just penetrate down to your undies on every glance. It's also got its tongue hanging out of its mouth like it's about to slurp up a spilt juice pack. I also can't be positive, but I'm pretty sure this thing farts when it's nervous. Let's just say I asked it some really sketchy questions and it kept covering up its butt cheeks, but I can't confirm that one. It could just be a coincidence. That and the constant smell of ass in the air could also just be a coincidence. Now, the models and textures for this creature just look amazing in the game and really bring this new creature to life. Now, the Famished are known for hate f***ing Radstag, so if you see those things around, then don't be surprised if one of these things pops out of the bushes and just donkey punches those radiated cattle right in front of you. Oh my. This is a really awesome mod that adds something completely new to Fallout 4, but in a way that's convincing on every level. This creature definitely looks like something you would have found in Fallout's world and could easily fit into the lore. I definitely recommend this mod if you want to spice up your game and add some more variety to the creatures you see while bobbing around the Commonwealth. I rate this mod the day that someone whips out a sketch pad at the zoo. Draw me like one of your French apes. At number 9, we've got Wasteland Ronin by Nero. Now, the samurai were all known Japanese masterclass warriors who dedicated their entire lives to warfare for thousands of years. In fact, there used to be thousands of them all trained with the sole purpose to protect the Emperor of Japan, even if it meant their own lives. However, history was hard on the samurai. New technology came to pass in Japan, making them obsolete and basically wiping them out. In fact, there is only one samurai left. The very last samurai, Tom Cruise. And I'm not sure that he's even Japanese, so what the fuck? But now, for the first time ever in Fallout 4, you'll be able to prance around like an ancient Japanese super soldier with your very own Ronin duds. This is an awesome mod that makes the Soul Survivor look and feel like a whole new class of warrior in the game. The mod author did an incredible job on the meshes and textures. As well, this armor has been changed just enough from its original design to make it feel immersive in the post-apocalypse, with its very own integrated gas mask variant. Oh, and fun fact, there's also a chance that the ghouls in the game will be sporting some samurai gear. This mod actually replaces some of the outfits of ghoul reavers and charred ghouls, as well as putrid glowing ones. So it's like you're fighting ancient samurai that came back to life in a way. And that's the tits, if you ask me. This armor mod has its fair share of customization options as well, from different colors, armor types, and so much more. So you can really mold this armor to your particular playstyle, which is nice. I absolutely love this armor mod and think it's an awesome addition to anyone's game. I rate this mod the face you make when she pops a finger in your fun button. Oh, this is new. At number 8, we've got the ODST Battle Armor by Darkman32197. This mod adds a highly customizable suit of ODST armor from the Halo series to Fallout 4, featuring a wide array of cosmetic and gameplay changing modifications to suit anyone's needs. Unless, of course, you got some real sicko needs, okay? This is just an armor mod. You can't, like, butter your butt cheeks or jerk off a giraffe or anything weird like that, okay? You know, like normal Fallout 4 needs. Now, the ODST battle dress uniform is the signature piece of equipment used by the orbital drop shock troopers. Now, this armor provides numerous advantages in the field, including ballistic protection, temperature control, as well as thermal insulation against extreme temperatures experienced during atmospheric re-entry or entry, and thermal protection from energy weapons. Yeah, so it's just got all the bells and whistles. Along with an extensive list of customization options from skins to powerful attachments to protect yourself or tear apart your enemy's bum cracks. This mod has got it all. It has 3 suits of armor, 4 helmets, HUD overlays, vision colors, skins, attachments, night vision, and so much more. Now, if you want to acquire this armor, it can be crafted at the ODST Hollow Bench, which is a new type of workbench that will be in your workshop menu once this mod has been installed. There is also a variant of these armors that can be found in the world space under the castle if you want to go poking around. Now, whether you're a Halo fan or not, there is definitely a lot to love about this armor mod. This mod adds multiple variants of the Halo armor with tons of options and customizations to choose from. You can really create something unique with this armor mod. Now, I really love the addition of the robotic arm. I find it really brings this armor together and gives it a life all its own, completely unique from anything else I've seen on the Nexus. There's just something about a robotic arm protruding from a spacesuit that just gets the ladies all damp in their dunkaroos. I rate this mod that moment when your drunk friend tries to tell you a secret.
Cool secret, guy. I think I'm pregnant.
At number 7, we've got Subway Runner by Ghost FC 3S. Have you ever been so late for a train you thought the world was gonna end? Well, in this case it did. But just because civilization went up in flames doesn't mean commuter traffic has to suffer. That's the way I see it, okay? This mod restores the subway system in Fallout 4 and connects them, so you'll be able to bounce around the world map underneath the city streets like you're a Ninja Turtle. This mod also adds new enemies and areas to the subways to make them much more interesting and engaging. Now, this mod connects 90% of the standard subway stations in the game and creates a new network of subway tunnels filled with raiders, super mutants, synths, and ghouls. Now, subway stations have been added throughout the entire network. Now, if your focus is on a survival playthrough, then you'll be happy to know that there's easy access to beds for save points or to hunker down for the night. Now, this system, once it's cleared out of the enemies, will actually allow the player to move quickly across the Wasteland. However, do be warned that the battles to take back the network of subway stations and to make them safe again for travel is not going to be an easy one. You're gonna have your hands full, but it'll be worth it if you do. Now, the maps are fully nav-meshed and companion-friendly. Now, this mod is large and modifies the world space to allow access to the new subway network, but it doesn't conflict with the settlement locations or areas that could conflict with other mods. This mod is immersive and fun, and I would highly recommend it in anyone's playthrough of the game. I rate this mod 1 photo of Patient Zero in the zombie apocalypse. Oh yeah, we're all gonna die, look at that thing. At number 6, we've got the 155 Howitzer by Nutulator. Now, anyone who's ever said bigger isn't better has never played Rock, Paper, Howitzer before, because I can assure you, the Howitzer always wins. Paper doesn't even stand a chance, and Rock just sits there crying in the corner, shitting all over himself at the very thought of this weapon. Honestly, if you pointed this girthy monstrosity of a weapon at any logical man, then their penis would go from an outie to an innie in a fucking hurry, if you know what I mean, okay? Outie, innie, right there. This mod changes the artillery used by the Minutemen in Fallout 4 to the more modern, real-world 155 Howitzer, which definitely looks and feels more realistic and intimidating. However, this might not be the most immersive weapon, as the tech wouldn't have actually existed during Fallout's alternate timeline of history. However, the 155 Howitzer is gigantic and accurate up to a 5-mile radius. That's right. This thing could be sitting in your backyard and blow the man bun off the guy loitering at your local coffee shop, sucking up the free Wi-Fi 6 blocks away. Yeah, might not be the hero we wanted, but f*** it. It's the hero we needed. The animations for this gigantic gun is just the icing on my imagination cake. When this thing fires off a shell, I feel like everything in the Commonwealth shits a little, because it's terrifying. The sounds, the visuals, everything just computes to raw, unadulterated power, and that kind of image gives it a purple unicorn sticker in my book, okay? Now, this bad boy also comes with its own custom ammunition, which is also gigantic and more than enough to scare the tits off anything you shoot it towards. I mean, they are just humongous fucking shells. These are the type of shells you use on something you want to kill even after it's dead. Like if something came back to life and started gasping for air, you would fire one of these things at its fucking brain and it would be dead for good, okay? Now how can you argue with that kind of efficiency? You can't, which is why this is an awesome mod. I rate this mod that moment when you've had 3 hits of LSD and you see that your friend's head has just turned into a lollipop. No. At number 5, we've got Visible Weapons by Registrator 2000. One of the most immersion-breaking mechanics in Fallout 4 is when your character pulls out a weapon to use in combat, seemingly out of thin air. The weapon itself just pops into existence. Now either the sole survivor is like an amateur birthday magician, or something wonky is going on here. I don't know what this witchcraft is, but it confuses my nipples. Well, with this mod installed, you will no longer have to justify this voodoo wizardry bullshit every time you pull out a weapon in the game. This mod will allow you to link weapons with clothing assets of those weapons. So as long as you have clothing assets of the weapons you are using in the game, you'll never have to suffer the unimmersive experience of seeing a weapon just appear into existence like you're running around in a fairy wonderland. Now this mod will keep you grounded in the very real reality of a world that went to shit without semiconductors, and also marooned big-headed aliens and carnivorous freaks who you have to avoid at all costs. You know, the kind of realism that makes perfect sense. This mod will give the impression that when your weapon is holstered, that it is located on your person, like on your back or on your hip, or even glued to your nipples, you know? Like a real go-getter. This makes equipping and unequipping weapons in Fallout look and feel much more realistic and believable. This in a lot of ways is a must-have mod if your goal is realism in the game. I rate this mod the face of someone who just saw a kid get hit in the face with a basketball.
Oh, shit. I think he's dead.
At number 4, we've got Valentine Reborn by 83 Willow. Now this mod gives my boy Valentine a much needed makeover in the game. Before this mod, Valentine really didn't have much going for him in the looks department. His clothing was lacking any discernible detail, and it looked all fuzzy and out of focus all the time, which confused me because I was like, how is this fucking guy out of focus? He's standing right in front of me. His skin also looked really weird, like an old wrinkly ball sack, but not like the ball sack of a normal old person, like the old wrinkly ball sack of a 10,000-year-old wizard or something, you know? His metal skeleton also lacked any real details and instead looked flimsy, like it was made out of plastic. He honestly looked like an old toy robot that was made out of recycled crayons. It was despicable. However, this mod takes all that and totally reworks it. It makes Valentine look so much better. He's now got high detailed textures and meshes all over his titanium nipples. His clothing now looks real and has detail right down to the stitching. The buttons actually look like buttons now rather than circular blobs on his coat. His tie now looks like a tie rather than some scuzzy Play-Doh tied in a knot around his neck. His steel frame also looks so much better. It really gives you the impression he could take a couple arrows to the knee and still be an adventurer, if you know what I mean. As well, his eyes also got a makeover. Now they're a bluish white and way more detailed rather than that urine yellow from before and all out of focus. He just looks so much better, you know? He really does. We really fluffed up his speed dating grade, that's for sure. There's no question. He's definitely gonna wield the dames now. To me, this is just a must-have mod to anyone who wants to interact with Valentine in Fallout 4. I highly recommend it. I rate this mod 1 photo of when she asked how long it is.
It's this long! Right here. There it is. That long.
At number 3, we've got Canine Harness by Fading Signal. Now, there's one thing that separates service dogs from normal nobody dogs, and that's a snazzy vest. Vests say, hey, I'm qualified to do extra shit, like police work and move safety cones around and stuff. Not just any dog can get a vest either. You need special training. So if you get your seeing eye dog at an ordinary pet store, then chances are you're gonna get hit by a fucking bus, okay? That dog doesn't know shit. This mod adds a sweet safety vest to the game, aka a harness for dog meat in Fallout 4. This vest is more than just a vest though. It's modular body armor with brand new meshes and textures, designed after modern day military and police canine unit harnesses, featuring craftable side pouches, backpack, ballistic weave, faction patches, and various colors and patterns. Yeah, it's amazing. Now you can customize it, give it different colors and factions. You don't really dip your toes in those aesthetics. Now all those sexy cosmetics are a real treat, but they also double down on the immersion in the game as well. As before this mod, you could store a bunch of items on Dogmeat, but he doesn't have any pockets or whatnot, right? Which led me to believe you were shoving those items up a doggy's asshole, which wouldn't be right. It wouldn't be, okay? Also wouldn't be immersive considering the amount of things that I stored up there. I mean, that asshole can only contain so much, all right? Can't pull a bazooka out of a doggy ass, can you? No, you can't. It's rhetorical. But not anymore. No. Now dog meat is equipped to store items, as you'll have a sweet doggy harness with little doggy pockets. It's fucking amazing. And it also makes him more qualified. Look at that vest, all right? He's way more qualified now. I rate this mod that feeling you get when you try to stand up and walk after your legs fall asleep sitting on the toilet. I had a dream it would end like this. At number 2, we've got Dog Metal by Dark Lynn XXX. Now, dog meat is one of the most lovable companions in Fallout 4. I mean, I like him so much, I put him between 2 giant hot dog buns and squirt mustard on his belly. There's just no ands, ifs, or buts about it. However, he has a weakness. That weakness is his soft, non-bulletproof body. It just baffles my butt cheeks when he gets into physical altercations with armed enemies and somehow comes out unscathed. Because we all know from science that bullets body soft tissue. So in order for dog meat to be truly immersive, he needs to lose that soft tissue and trade it in for something a little less fragile. Well, this mod author did just that and replaced dog meat with dog metal, which is like a cyborg version of dog meat with metal limbs and a steel outer shell, aka he has a metal dog body, making dog meat now look and feel as bulletproof as he clearly is in the game. Now, the mod author did an incredible job on this mod, as dog metal looks very immersive and realistic in the world space. This mod simply replaces dog meat by a dog bot. The dog bot does more damage, it has more HP, it has heavy armor variants, it's immune to radiation, it's immune to poison, it takes no fall damage. It's basically better than dog meat in every way you could possibly imagine. It even smells better. There are also multiple variants to choose from to keep this fresh and fun in the game. Now, there are 4 different variants of a dog metal that range from a robot-looking race dog to a metal husky, a beefy power armor-looking dog, and whatever the fuck this thing is. Looks like a goddamn dragon. I'm not sure what to make of that. Anyways, this is an absolutely wonderful mod that I'd highly recommend to anyone to play through the game. I rate this mod 1 gorilla pondering about people taking pictures at the zoo.
Wonder if they know I'm naked. Fucking perverts.
At number 1, we've got Project Lunar by Coffee Addict UK. I feel like every kid wants to be an astronaut when they're little, except for maybe that one kid who says he wants to be Santa Claus on career day, unironically. Whatever happened to that kid, you might be wondering? Well, I'll tell you. It turns out he never did become Santa. Nope. Instead, he found gainful employment giving out HJs in the Walmart parking lot. Point is, most people want to travel to space. Well, good news. Now you'll be able to explore the lunar surface in Fallout 4 with this mod installed. All you'll have to do is head south of Concord. There you'll see a thingamabob and a spacesuit. Put on the spacesuit, then interact with the thingamajig, and before you know it, you'll be in outer space. This mod actually allows you to travel to the moon, and there's a little bit of a backstory there as well. Apparently, after a long time of working with the Institute, a scientist abandoned her bosses, with determination to uncover what the abandoned Project Lunar was. With all the evidence she could gather, she uncovers that the Institute were planning to take over the world by teaching koala bears Taekwondo. Just kidding, this mod only states that they were trying to travel to the moon. However, she devises a way to tune a teleporter to one of the old transmitters on the moon. However, before she can get there, she was killed! Oh no! So as luck would have it, you could find that transmitter and then off to the moon you go. Remember to bring a sandwich. Now on the lunar surface, you can do a small quest that'll have you exploring the lunar surface and fighting off synths. Try to keep your spacesuit on at all times though, because if you don't, you'll suffocate and die immediately because space doesn't have oxygen. All in all, this is a really cool mod that lets you explore farther than ever thought possible in a Fallout game, and creates a cool little story to keep the vacuum of space a little less empty. I rate this mod that moment you realize your dog can't go anywhere without a car seat. Honey, the dog got sucked into the seat again. Thanks again for watching, folks. Hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, be sure to bitch slap that subscribe button like it's 3 weeks behind on your rent. Bitch! Where's the money, bitch? Where's the money? Where is it? Also, go ahead and hit that bell icon too, because apparently YouTube thought there should be extra steps. Why not, right?
I'd like to subscribe, but first I have to click this and do this. Oh, it needs an email. All right, and this. Okay. Just tell me when he's uploading.
Once you do all that, if you're lucky, at the stroke of midnight, a tiny little Averagebaters fairy might come and tickle your butthole. I hope to see you all again next time, and remember to keep on average baiting, baby.